I'm Yasmina and welcome to my weekly lesson. Today we're going to talk about transitioning from one move into the next, and it's all weight change. So when you are going from one move into the next move, you need to make sure that your weight is on the correct foot to execute the next move. So we kind of don't finish the move before we go into the next one. So I have a couple of combos for you today, and I'll go ahead and show you the combo, and then I'll break it down each move and then tell you where your weight needs to be ready to go and do the next following move. So the first combo is a hip drop going into a move to change you to the other side, a turn into the ummi. So here we go. So to break this down, the hip drop, and I'm going to face the camera. The hip drop, you want to make sure that your weight is on your back leg. For me, right at the moment, it's my right. I have my right arm up and my left arm out to accent that hip that is actually doing the movement, the dropping. So to do this slow, the hip comes up, down, up, and then you're going to slide your left foot down to bring the hip down to drop it. So with this move, you make sure that you're using your inner lower ab muscles to lift and drop the hip. You don't want to use the weighted leg because that will give you this movement of your head going up and down. You want to keep your head still and just use your inner core muscles to lift and drop the hip. So my back leg, which the weight is on, is bent. Remember, we never lock our legs, our knees. So it is slightly bent. My abs are engaged and my tailbone is tucked under. My chest is lifted for posture. So I'm going to lift, drop, lift, release, lift, drop, lift, release. So we're going to do two drops, two hip drops. So once we bring this up to speed, you're not going to see the up, down, up, release. It's going to be very quick. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I did with my feet is that I brought them back in place. So after I finished my last release, I step back in place, step forward, pivot, and prepare for the hip drop on the right hip. So I'm starting my hip drop with my left. I'm going to do two of them. 1, 2, step left, right, left, pivot, pose. So now my right leg is on kickstand, it's on the ball of the foot, and my weight is back on my left. Again, my knee is bent, abs engaged, tailbone tucked under, and my chest is lifted and my shoulders are rolled down. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take my right foot, cross it over my left, bring my arms in to turn and end with two ummis. Now an ummi is an inner hip circle. So instead of my hips going around my feet for a hip circle, I'm coming in, I'm going down. So I'm bringing my hips in, so I'm lifting up, in, and then bringing the hips back. So basically tucking the pelvic down, lifting the hip, the back up. So I'm coming in and back, in and back. So I'm circling clockwise on this one. And you can think of it as when you tighten the cheek muscles, you're coming up in, and when you release, you're bringing the pelvic down. So I'm coming in, back, back. So my circle is coming into the body and going back. And you can think of it as using your knees to do mechanically. So I'm squeezing my left buttocks muscle, then I'm squeezing my right, then I'm releasing my left buttocks muscle, and then relaxing the right one. So it's squeeze, squeeze, release, release, squeeze, squeeze, release, release, squeeze, squeeze, release, release. If you want to use the buttocks muscles, I use my inner lower abs to bring the hips up and back. So I'm not squeezing the buttocks muscles. I'm using the lower ab muscles. All right, so let's try this. So my weight is to the back on my right hip or leg, and my left leg hip is coming up and dropping. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. My weight's still here on my right. I'm going to step back, weight to my left, step right, weight goes to the right foot. I step forward and I'm pivoting. Then on my left, the weight now is to the back on my left. 2 hip drops. I'm going to take my right, cross it over my left where my weight is, and I'm going to turn, coming back to the angle of my right hip to the audience to do my ummies. My weight now is evenly distributed for the ummy. So when I do my turn, my weight starts on my left. Once I start turning, my weight is even on both. Goes to the left so I can bring my right foot in for my ummies going clockwise. So let's try that. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, step, pivot, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross, turn, ummy, ummy. And I'll count it out. Here we go. 5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. So start with the weight on the back leg. Here we go. 2 hip drops. 5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, 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 pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn, ummy, ummy. Great. So the next combo for today, we're going to be adding the camel walk with rib circles layered and camel backs going movement to the back. So I'll show you the combo first and then I'll break it down. Alright, so the footwork for this movement is the flat toe. So my right foot is going to be slightly in front of my left. The right foot is going to be flat and the left foot is on the ball of the foot. So I'm going flat toe, flat toe, flat toe, flat toe. On top of this, I am doing a camel for the first one, then a rib circle for the second set of foot movement, another camel, and then a rib circle. So when I'm layering the rib circle on top of the footwork, my hips are still. I'm not adding any hip movement, just the rib circle, and I'm going clockwise. So let me back a little bit, maybe you can see my feet. So it's camel, rib, camel, rib. Okay? Once I've, my arms, I'm going down, out, down, and out. It's a little different than doing the L arms. It adds a little more to this movement by going down with the arms, out for the rib circle, down for the camel, out with the rib circle. Once I've reached the last rib circle, my weight is on my right. This frees up my left to step back, step back, step back. So break down that rib circle down to the ummy, up into the body weight. So I'm isolating the top from the bottom, doing that rib circle, and I'm not finishing the circle. I'm going to go clockwise until I'm center. If I was to complete it, I'd be over to the left. I'm not aligned to go down, so I'm going to go to my right, center. This way I can bring my hips down to the ummy, again centering and not finishing, tucking, and rolling up. So at the profile, I'm doing my rib circle, I'm bringing my hips down to do the ummy, not finishing, centering my hips, and rolling up for the body wave. So my rib circle is going across the front first. I'm centering myself to roll down. Doing my ummy starting from the right, going back to the front, centering. And then for the body wave, I'm tucking and rolling up, lifting with the upper back muscle to finish that movement. So I'm tucked, I'm pushing my hips forward, I'm lifting up with the diaphragm, upper back muscle to finish the movement. So if I'm at the angle, I'm down, I'm tucked, I bring the hips forward, roll, and lift. And if you wanted to, you could add a rib drop at the end. So let's go over this, starting from the camel with the rib circles. So I'm starting with my right foot, so my weight's on my left. I step, flat, toe, flat, toe, flat, toe, flat. Hold the weight here on the right. Step back, left, pivot, right, pivot, left, rib circle, center, down, ummy, center, body wave, up, and end with a rib drop if you like. So let's take this and I'll count it out. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try it again. Again, slowly. Here we go. Camel's going to our right. Stepping down, right foot flat. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope you like these combinations and how to transition from one into the next movement by either holding that weight, pausing, or changing that weight on an and. See you guys next week.